Yes, sir.
Man, these motherfuckers think I'm playing. I take everything personal, feel me?
Started keeping receipts back in 95. Every single
This is random.
and I ain't gonna lie. Wrote your name down in my black book with
F all that. Let's get to the video. Y'all agree about this? Life after winning the lottery, 500 milli. Would y'all act this way? Let's go.
You check them again. Then again, you pull up the lottery website on your phone and compare digit by digit. Your hand's shaking so badly you can barely hold the screen steady. 7, 14, 22, 38, 45. Powerball 11. Every single number on your ticket matches the numbers on the screen. 500 million. You just won 500 million. You bought the ticket on a whim. A gas station off the highway, the jackpot sign blinking above the register. You never play the lottery. You know the odds are ridiculous. 1 in 292 million. Worse than getting struck by lightning twice. But something made you hand over $2 and say, one quick pick. You shoved the ticket in your glove box and forgot about it until this morning when you heard the news that someone in your state had won. Now you're sitting in your car in a grocery store parking lot, staring at a piece of paper worth more money than you'll ever be able to comprehend. Your brain can't process it. The number is too big. It doesn't feel real. You don't tell anyone. Not yet. Some survival instinct kicks in, something that says keep your mouth shut until you figure out what you're dealing with. You drive home in a daze, running 2 stop signs because you can't focus on anything except the ticket burning a hole in your pocket. The first thing you do is Google what to do if you win the lottery. The results are terrifying. Stories of winners who went bankrupt within 5 years. Winners whose family members were kidnapped for ransom. Winners who were murdered by people they trusted. The lottery isn't a blessing, the articles say. It's a curse disguised as a miracle. You learn that you have options. In your state, you can claim the prize anonymously through a trust
That's
or
a
LLC.
curse I need.
This is critical. The moment
In
your
my
name
life.
goes public, your life as you know it ends. Every distant relative, every high school acquaintance, every scammer on the planet will come looking for a piece of your fortune. You need a lawyer, not the guy who handled your parking ticket, a real lawyer, someone who specializes in wealth management and trusts and protecting people like you from the avalanche that's about to hit. You spend 3 hours researching firms before you find one that seems legitimate. Old money, discreet, the kind of place that doesn't advertise because their clients don't need to be found. You also need an accountant, a tax attorney, a financial advisor. You're about to enter a world you know nothing about, a world of trusts and estates and capital gains and asset protection strategies. The wrong move could cost you millions. The right team could protect you from yourself. You make the call, your voice shakes as you explain your situation to the receptionist. She doesn't react. She's probably heard this before. Wealth creates problems that only certain people can solve. And those people cluster in firms like this one. The meeting happens 2 days later in a conference room that probably costs more per square foot than your entire apartment. You slide the ticket across the mahogany table and watch 3 lawyers in suits that cost more than your car examine it like it's an ancient artifact. They confirm it's real. They explain your options. You can take the annuity, 30 payments over 29 years, which would give you the full $500 million.
They're gonna try to
but
kill
spread
you.
out over decades.
Yeah.
Or you can take the lump sum, which after taxes comes out to roughly 180 million
Delete.
in your pocket right now.
Sorry,
You take the lump sum. Everyone takes the lump sum.
I'm new.
The lawyers set up a trust with an anonymous name. They file the paperwork. 2 weeks later, you walk out of the lottery office with a check made out to a legal entity that can't be traced back to you. $180 million deposited into an account at a private bank you'd never heard of before this month. You check the balance on your phone, and the number stares back at you. Impossible, absurd. You could buy a house every day for a year and barely make a dent. The first purchase is practical. You pay off your debts, student loans, credit cards, the car payment that's been hanging over your head for 3 years.
Okay, the normal
It takes 11 minutes and costs less than 0.5% of your new fortune. Problems that have stressed you out for a decade evaporate with a few clicks. Then you pay off your parents' mortgage, a $240,000 balance that's been hanging over their heads for 20 years, gone with a single wire transfer. They don't know where the money came from. You tell them you had a good year at work, that you've been saving, that you wanted to help. The lie comes easier than you expected. Your mother cries. She calls you her miracle. Your father hugs you for the first time in years, really hugs you. The kind of embrace he used to give when you were small and the world was simple. You feel something you haven't
Damn.
felt in a long time,
Oh,
like a good son,
you
like someone who can take care of the people they
crying?
love. You pay off
crying?
your sister's student loans next, then your brother's car,
Want a
then the
wham
medical
burger?
bills your aunt has been drowning in since her surgery last year. Each transfer feels like a superpower. You're reaching into their lives and removing weights they've been carrying for years. The money flows out of your account and problems disappear. But the secret is already starting to weigh on you. You can't tell anyone the truth. Not your parents, not your friends, not the girlfriend you've been dating for 8 months. Every conversation feels like a lie. Every
Mm.
time someone complains about money,
Mm.
about rent, about not being able to afford something, you have to pretend you understand. You have $180 million in the bank, and you're nodding along about the price of groceries. You quit your job. You have to. There's no way to explain why you suddenly don't care about the promotion you've been chasing for 2 years. Every morning you sit at your desk, answering emails about projects that seem cosmically insignificant, counting down the hours until you can leave. Your
Boy,
heart isn't in it anymore. How could it be? You tell them you're taking time off to travel, to figure things out. Your boss is confused but supportive. She offers to hold your position, but you both know you're not coming back. Your coworkers throw a small party in the break room, store-bought cake, and cheap champagne. You eat
Damn.
and make small talk and think about how none of them will ever have to worry about money again if they just bought a ticket at the right gas station on the right day. The randomness of it all makes you dizzy.
Damn.
You clean out your desk. 8 years at this
Damn.
company. A coffee
Damn.
mug. Some
Damn.
photos. A plant that's been dying slowly since 2019. You carry it all to your car and realize this is the last time you'll ever have a boss. The last time anyone can tell you what to do. It should feel liberating. Instead, it feels terrifying.
He did it noble. You crazy as hell. I've been happy as hell. I've been running around the job, cursing everybody out, letting them know exactly how I feel. Man, you crazy as hell. I don't know.
The
I don't know
travel
about
starts
this part.
immediately. First class to Paris, you turn left when you board the plane instead of right. The seat converts into a bed. A
Mm,
flight attendant brings you champagne before takeoff. You
mm,
watch movies on a screen the size of a laptop and
mm.
eat meals served on real plates with real silverware. It's
That's
everything you imagine luxury would be. A suite at a hotel where the doormen wear white gloves. The room has a view of the Eiffel Tower and a bathroom bigger than your old apartment.
That's what I'm
Fresh
talking
flowers
about.
appear every day. Someone makes your bed while you're at breakfast and leaves chocolates on your pillow. You could get used to this.
What up,
You eat
though,
at
big dog?
restaurants that don't list prices on the menu.
Hey,
because
man, can you hear me good? I just started this damn live. I ain't double checked shit. So just let me know if you can hear everything good.
anyone who has to ask can't afford it.
This is just a little something I was singing about after you win the lottery for 500 million or whatever it is. How you, well, I guess how life is. So it's just a little something. I seen what nobody else live. So I was like, shit, hell, F it. Let's go with it. I don't even know if I'm over the time limit of where I can start cussing or not, but we're going to keep it PG for right now. I'll figure it out in a second, though.
The meal is 14
itching.
courses and takes
I'm
3 hours. Each
trying to
dish
be
is a
good.
tiny work of art on an enormous plate. The bill arrives folded in leather and costs more than your first car. You don't flinch. You just hand over the black card and add a generous tip.
The
You
black
buy a
card.
watch that costs more than your old annual salary because the salesman shows it to you and you realize you can just say yes. It's a Patek
Big
Philippe,
face roll.
handmade in Switzerland, with a movement so precise it loses less than a second per day. You wear it out of the store and catch yourself checking the time just to feel the weight on your wrist. You can say yes to anything now. A bespoke suit from a tailor in Milan, a weekend in Monaco, a spontaneous helicopter tour of the Alps. Every door that used to be closed is suddenly open. Every experience that used to be out of reach
That's
is
what I'm
suddenly
talking about.
available. But something strange happens. The joy fades faster than you expected.
Shit to me.
The first class seat is comfortable, but it's still just a seat. The hotel suite is beautiful, but you still scroll your phone alone at 2 a.m. The expensive meals are delicious, but you can only eat so much before you're full. Money can buy experiences, but it can't make
Give it
those
to the poor
experiences
people.
mean anything. You come home after 2 months abroad and realize you don't know what to do with yourself. You have no job, no routine, no reason to get out of bed in the morning. Your friends are all at work during the day. Your girlfriend is starting to ask questions about where all the money is coming from. The lies are getting harder to maintain. So you tell her,
Yeah, I mean, the fine dining, all that caviar and all that other type shit. I mean, I ain't into all of that shit neither, but you know what I'm saying? I probably would have like a nice little decent chain or something like that on. I mean, I ain't gonna lie, maybe a ring, a watch, or something like that. But yeah, that's just me. As far as I'm gonna go, I ain't gonna have about 6 or 7 chains on and shit like that. And like I said, I don't too much care. I don't too much care about eating at the same restaurants as all the other fancy schmancy people done ate at shit. Hell, I could go to any restaurant and eat and turn that bitch up. But
you sit her down and explain everything. The ticket,
yeah.
the lawyers, the trust, the $180 million that's been growing interest in your account while you pretended to be a normal person. You watch her face cycle through disbelief, shock, excitement, and something else. Something that looks like calculation. The relationship changes immediately. She's not mean about it. She doesn't demand anything. But you can see her looking at you differently now. Every gift you give her carries weight. Every purchase becomes a test. Are you being generous or are you being cheap? Are you sharing your fortune or hoarding it? You start to wonder if she loves you or if she loves what you represent. 3 months later, she's gone. She didn't leave because of the money, she says. She left because you became a different person.
Wow.
Paranoid, suspicious, unable to trust anyone's motives, including hers. Maybe she's right. Maybe the money did change you. Or maybe it just revealed what was always there. You buy a house. Not a mansion, not yet, but a nice place in a good neighborhood with a security system and a fence. You buy cars, plural, because you can. You set up a foundation to give some of the money away because you've read that philanthropy is good for the soul and because the tax benefits are significant. People find out. They always find out. A cousin sees your new house on Instagram and does the math on what a place like that costs. An old friend from high school notices you're not working anymore and wonders how you're paying the bills. A neighbor spots the new cars in your driveway and starts asking questions at the block party. The rumors spread through your network like a virus. He won the lottery. He inherited money from a secret relative. He's involved in something illegal. He got lucky with cryptocurrency. Everyone has a theory. Some of them are closer to the truth than you'd like. Your phone starts ringing more. Messages from people you haven't heard from in years. Hey man, long time no talk. We should catch up. The sudden interest would be flattering if it weren't so
Yeah, that shit says sup.
transparent. They all want something.
You know niggas
A
on some
loan,
bullshit.
an investment opportunity. A piece of whatever did fortune has clearly come your way. The requests start coming. Emails from strangers with sob stories. Messages from relatives you haven't spoken to in years. Investment opportunities that are definitely not scams. A guy you barely remember from college asks if you can loan him $50,000 to start a business. When you say no, he calls you selfish. He says the money changed you. He's not entirely wrong. You hire security, not because you're in immediate danger, but
I feel you, badass. I would do the same. I would take care of, well, right now, I don't know about like my father's side of the family. I'm like, they barely reach out. You know what I'm saying? So I'll be kind of iffy on giving them anything at this point. It's just to the point to where they don't reach out is disrespectful. I got one nephew that's down here now, but I don't know if I'm gonna be able to make it to him or not. But you know what I'm saying? Hell, I hadn't heard from him in about a year or two or something like that, or a year half or some shit like that. But yeah, man, I'll take care of everybody that's genuine close to me and peel up out. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Everybody be good. It'd be donations going around. And then of course I have some type of business or something like that to where money will constantly be generated to where I'll take a little small profit and then the rest of the shit will go to like the charitable places and shit like that. So yeah, invest, like you said, you know what I'm saying? Invest, so the money will keep generating so that you don't have to keep peeling off your damn stack. I get it. Oh, trust me, I get it. It's pretty much hood hustler mathematics. You know what I'm saying? Shit. You always want to hustle and be able to. You always want to. How can I put this? You always want to get it way more, 2 to 3, 4 more times your profit than whatever it was to cost you to start some shit up. You know what I'm saying? And that's the name of the damn game on everything. Hustle, hustle, hustle. Put that money away, invest. You know what I'm saying? Make smart decisions. You're gonna make some bad ones along the line, but I mean, here and there, shit, just keep pushing. That's what I say. Hell, Lord knows I've been making some bad decisions. Shit, last year, yeah, I made a few bad decisions and shit. It kind of sort of cost me, but you know what I'm saying? Hell, I got a job, so I'm able to recoup. Might take a little second, but I'm able to recoup. And then I ain't got a whole bunch of responsibility like everybody else. I ain't got no kids, bro. You know what I'm saying? And so shit, yeah, that's like a number one thing for me. Hell, I ain't got no kids, so I ain't got nothing to worry about. You know what I'm saying? And even if I did have some kids, they probably would be grown by now. But well, nah, I can't say that shit. You know, black niggas out here, we be fucking. So niggas can have kids at any time. So, but yeah, man, I ain't got no kids, man. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm able to flex out, stun out, however the hell I want to, you know what I'm saying? But I stopped doing that shit and just started doing different things for a number of years now. You know what I'm saying? And so I've been investing, and these have been in things that's been kind of like sort of carrying me to in order to be able to get little equipment like this and shit that I got at the job and shit. And actually, you know what I'm saying, it's about to help me get this other. I need another laptop so I can start doing videos at the damn job and shit. Cause the MacBook that I got is outdated and everything be going. I can't stand that shit. I did one video, man. I had to trash that shit. So, but yeah, man, let me get back to the damn video. My bad.
Because the wealth management people
We
say
almost
you
got
should.
done with it.
Because the stories about lottery winners and home
Got something
invasions
else
keep you
lined
up at
up.
night. You read about a winner in Florida who was murdered by his own sister-in-law. A winner in
Damn.
Georgia whose house was robbed 3 times in 1 year. A winner in Kansas who was poisoned by someone he thought was a friend. Now there's a man in a suit sitting in a car outside your house, watching for threats. There are cameras on every corner of your property feeding to a monitoring service. There's a panic room in your basement that you've never used but paid $80,000 to install. You pay your security team more per year than you used to make your old job. The precautions feel excessive.
In that panic room, I'm gonna have everything for World War III. I'm telling you, that panic room, you ain't gonna want to open up that door. I'm gonna be at the point of where we all gonna die. Explosives and everything all sitting off up in there, and I'm gonna have the cannons and everything. You know what I'm saying? Boy, I'm talking about, yeah, it's the last stand. Damn, they're gonna have to pay for like an Iron Man suit or some shit like that. Just so, so I could get in them and just shoot off. Yeah, man. Nah, bro. That type of money? Nah. You wouldn't even make it to you wouldn't even make it to me. The house I would have, you know what I'm saying, the bunker that I would have and everything. No, you wouldn't even been able to get to me. It would have been explosives and all that other type stuff. And they would have been like, man, he's buried down there. Nah, I got about 6 or 7, maybe 8 different tunnels I could take up out of the spot. That's how I think.
Until they don't. Until a stranger shows up at your door asking for money. Until someone follows you home from a restaurant. Until you open your mail and find a letter that describes your daily routine in unsettling detail. Then the cameras feel necessary. Then the panic room feels like a bargain. The paranoia gets worse. Every new person you meet, you wonder what they want from you. Every old friend who reaches out, you question.
It's not so much what I would spend on a home, but more so the land. I would have to find a piece of land, and then, like I was just talking about, bunker and all that other type stuff, I would have to see what the soil is like. You know what I'm saying? Try to do some type of testing if possible to see what the soil is like up under. You know what I'm saying? Well, I'm gonna hit bedrock or whatever it is, whatever type of rocks that's up under there and shit like that. That's what I be thinking about. But I would say, shit, hell, if I had that type of money, over 100 mil, shit, I would spend, yeah, for a piece of property, and it could be just a, mm, shit. You could put just a. Let me see. I am single, but then again, I might find a whore or something like that, and then settle down with and procreate, whatever it is. Let me see. I would project, or maybe family members, people that I may trust, or some shit like that. I probably put like maybe like a 10 to 15 bedroom home on some type of acreage or something like that, where they got some good land for me to really put my little bunker in and to run my little escape routes. You know what I'm saying? From it, from deep within, and all that other type shit. Yeah, I would spend about a meal. I would spend a meal just to be comfortable. That way, you know what I'm saying? You see what they say Epstein have out there in what is it, the desert or some shit like that? Man, he just has land. Land on land on land. Now I know he's on some weird shit, but I'm just saying, if I had that type of land, it wouldn't be no weird shit. It would be some survival type shit. They'd be like, man, he really outdid himself. I'm talking about a whole ecosystem down up under the damn desert and all that other type shit. Yeah, man. That's how I'm going. Most of these people with their bunkers, they got water parks and all this other type shit. I'm not trying to still relive the old life. That shit's done. Okay, you say 6.75. Ooh, with a full shop, house, and the in-law. I will either rebuild or buy another property house no bigger than. Okay. Yeah, I heard that. Oh, I forgot I can do this. Hey, we working alive. We working alive, baby. Ah, shit. I'm stupid as hell. But yeah, man, that'll be me, dog. I would spend like a meal, and yeah, just like you got how you got everything set up, you know what I'm saying? I probably push it a little bit more to the max and shit, you know what I'm saying? I would have the cameras all the way out, all the way out. I'm talking about the best of internet infrastructure, or however the hell you want to put it, whatever cables I got to run or whatever it is down in the ground in order for everything to run smooth, it would be done. It would be done. That type of money, shit, man, I'm disappearing. I'm disappearing, bro. Disappearing. Hell, I just played the lottery. I'm talking about, man, I spent $20, bro. I ain't lying. I played the Powerball, Mega Millions, Cash Flow. I played the Cash for shit 1, 2, 3, 3 times, $1 straight, dollar box. And then some shit that I don't even know what the game is. It was called Millionaire for Life. It's a Georgia lottery game. I ain't even read the instructions on it on how the game worked. But if it said like you can either win $1 million for life or you can win $100,000 for life. Give me the ticket, nigga. Either way, I'm if I win, I won, nigga. It's done. So yeah. Yeah, man. People need to know about this shit. You know what I'm saying? How things go and how things how other people have won the lottery and shit. I know some people might come in a little bit late. They might have to rewind back to the beginning of the video and then see some of the other stuff of what they were talking about, how it all actually starts off. But this is crazy. You see right here, it say the nigga said April 10th. Damn. Damn, that's 5 more days from now. The rumors start.
their timing. You start eating at the same restaurants, going to the same
Wait a minute. I just played the lottery today, and that shit said April 10th, the rumors start. Bro, come on now. If your boy Petty hit this damn lottery, I'm going to do a 50-state tour. Renting out venues for people to pull up. I'm telling you. I'm going to go crazy. I'm going to go crazy with the YouTube shit. If I hit the lottery, I'm going to go crazy into the YouTube shit. I'm going to pour 100% money, getting the best costumes and everything. I'll be doing short movies. The hell with shorts, nigga. I'm gonna be doing short movies, nigga. It's crazy.
places, building a routine that minimizes your exposure to strangers. Your world gets smaller even as your bank account gets bigger. You try dating again. Rich people dating, apps that verify your income,
The turtleneck.
events where everyone is wealthy and theoretically not after your money. But these people have their own problems. Trust fund kids who've never worked a day in their lives. Divorced executives who measure everything in dollars. You don't fit in with them either. There are good moments. You pay for a stranger's cancer treatment anonymously after seeing their GoFundMe post. You fund scholarships for kids who remind you of your...
See, I'd rather do shit like that. Be the blind man on shit like that. Yeah.
yourself 10 years ago.
Go out
First generation college students with potential and no resources. You donate to food banks and homeless shelters and animal rescues. Each gift triggers a small burst of purpose, a reminder that this money can do more than just make your life comfortable. You buy your parents a vacation home on the coast, a modest place by rich person standards, but a palace compared to anything they've ever owned. When they see the ocean view from the deck, when they realize this is theirs, they cry. Your mother says she never imagined she'd have something this beautiful. Your father says he's proud of you, really proud. And for a moment, the money feels worth it. You set up a charitable foundation. Lawyers and accountants help you structure it for maximum impact and tax efficiency. You hire an executive director to run it, someone who knows the nonprofit world, who can turn your dollars into actual change. The foundation gives away $5 million in its first year. Schools get new equipment. Community centers get renovated. Families get help they couldn't find anywhere else. Money can't buy happiness, but it can buy other people's happiness. And sometimes, on the good days, that's enough. But the loneliness persists. The friends you had before the money feel distant now. They can't relate to your problems, and you can't complain about being rich without sounding like an asshole. Friends you make after the money all want something, even if they won't admit it. You start to understand.
I think you can, even though you still sound like an asshole. Just go ahead and say it, bro.
And why billionaires hang out with other billionaires.
It is what
it's not snobbery. It's survival. 5 years pass. You've given away almost $50 million to various causes. You spent another $30 million on houses, cars, travel, and lifestyle. You've invested the rest and watched it grow.
In a Ferrari, a Jaguar, switching 4 lanes with the top down, screaming out, money ain't a thing.
To nearly 300 million, because money makes money when you have enough of it. You're not happy. You're not unhappy either. You're just neutral. The desperation is gone. The fear of not making rent, of getting sick without insurance, of growing old without savings. But something else is gone too. The hunger, the drive, the feeling that your choices matter because resources are scarce. When everything is available, nothing feels.
I don't know about that, because I've been broke before, and I got a little bit of money. I ain't got no whole bunch of money. I just got a little bit of money. I'm comfortable, or getting comfortable. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, I still got that drive. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I took a nice little break off from this damn shit here. You know what I'm saying? Couple months off. I had started up, was doing videos, and then I just, for some reason, caught a little depression funk or some shit like that. But nigga never gave up. I still, at least, some people had lives. I couldn't pull myself together to go ahead and do a damn live, because it takes a lot. You got to watch certain shit. You know what I'm saying? It's a certain responsibility, Gotta give people credit here and there. Make sure you don't get stricken or demonetized and all this other type shit. So it was easier for me to just pull up on other people's panels, you know what I'm saying, and just talk shit or whatever it is. But shit, man, shit. Yeah, nigga, motherfuckers got it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know about that. I don't know about that. You know what I'm saying? Because hell, it was like the YouTube shit started picking back up, you know what I'm saying? And then money flow started picking back up at the same time and shit. So it's feeling like nigga up. Shit, I don't feel no reason to stop. I don't feel no reason to stop. Keep going. You know what I'm saying? Now I know that sounds kind of contradictory and shit, even though, like I said, I went through my little funk, but as I stated, shit, a nigga never stopped though. You know what I'm saying? I just stopped on my end doing content, but I could go on anybody's page right now and pull up all of the times I've been on there and repost it onto my page. I'm not no corny nigga like that. I don't just do that shit, especially without their permission. You know what I'm saying? So I would have to ask them first, and they probably wouldn't have no problem doing it. You know, badass, you know what I'm saying? You know, Bob and them or CT or, you know what I'm saying? Hell, I done been on damn my boy Izzy Bands and shit, you know what I'm saying? Full drink and a half thinking. Hell, I've even been on the lead attorney. Hell, AV to the 7th power had me up one time. You know what I'm saying? These are some major people and shit. So yeah, man, I don't just be going back and pulling up the videos and so I could repost and be like, yeah, I was on here. You know what I'm saying? I've been trying to get it out the mud. That's why I ain't never been asking them for help. You know what I'm saying? But if people do post a link to the channel, hey, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to all those guys. My boy Skywalker, Bob, and all of them, Nazes. Ert that used to be on the show. I don't know what happened there. I gotta ask. I gotta find out what channel he's on so I can ask him what the hell happened. But yeah, shout out CT and all the rest of them, man. But let's get back to the show.
Special. When you can have anything, you stop wanting things. The lottery didn't solve your problems. It just replaced them with different problems.
More money,
Problems
more
that
problems.
no one sympathizes with.
Biggie
Because
said
you're
that
rich,
shit.
and rich people aren't allowed to complain. You think about the person you were before the numbers matched. Stressed, sure. Broke, often. But alive in a way you don't feel anymore. Back then, a good meal was a celebration. A vacation was something you planned for months. A new car was a dream you might achieve someday. Now it's all just available.
You crazy. You crazy. See, when you rich, you gotta have discipline with your time. What you do is, like I said, get your bunker, nestle down in there for probably about 6, 7, 8 months or some shit like that, and just nourish yourself by coming out into the world and going effing around with people. And then take your ass back in your hole like a groundhog and shit. You know what I'm saying? That'll keep you happy. So every time, like, yeah, kids, we're about to go up top today. Yay! Just saying shit.
Tap a button, swipe a card, nothing earned, nothing savored. The ticket that changed your life sits in a safe deposit box at the bank. You look at it sometimes. 7 numbers that separated you from 292 million other people.
Why would you keep the ticket though? Would you keep as a memento? Just saying. People are weird, dog. Man, boy, that ticket would have caught the trash can so quick after that shit hit the damn account. After it hit the account. Hits the account. Soon as I start smelling like the vault, that shit hitting the trash can, man. What the hell you keeping a Mega Millions ticket and a secure, man?
7 numbers that gave you everything you thought you wanted and took something you didn't know you had. Would you do it again? Buy that ticket at the
That's a
gas
waste of
station,
money.
hand over those $2, let fate rearrange your entire existence? You don't
Could have
know.
bought the homeless people
Some days the
noodles.
answer is yes. You've done good with the money. You've helped people. You've secured your family's future for generations. That matters. But some days the answer is
F
no.
them kids.
Some days you'd give back every penny just to feel normal again, to struggle, to want things, to be part of a world where money is real and scarce and meaningful. You can't go back.
Yes, you
That's
can.
the thing
Sign
about
it
winning.
over to me.
Once you've won, you can never lose
Sign
again.
it over to me.
Not really. The safety net is too strong. The fall is too short. You'll spend the rest of your life in the soft prison of unlimited options, free to do anything, unable to feel anything. $500 million. The American dream,
Give it
it's
to me,
yours
nigga.
now. All of it.
Give me that 5 million. Give me that 5 million. I'll take that burden. I'll take that burden. I'll take that burden. Indeed. Indeed. All right, what else I got? Oh man, you know my little skinny ass be sitting over here. Sometimes I be looking at damn food channels and shit. This guy said I tried baking soda on a dollar steak and this happened. I've been debating on if I really want to damn look at this, but yeah, fuck it, let's do it. I mean, I want to see exactly what happens. You know what I'm saying? He put baking soda on the fucking steak and shit. I've never heard of that shit. You put, you know, in the hood, you know what they do with the baking soda, but I never heard. They said it's a good tenderizer though, so they trying to tenderize them with baking soda. They trying to tenderize them with baking soda. What the fuck?
Thanks, Keeps, for sponsoring this video.
Okay, Keeps. Hey, let me see. What is these guys' name, man? Let me give them their credit and shit.
These are what I like to call $1 steak. As you can see, sometimes you get
Googa
lucky and you
Foods?
get nice marbling between them.
You
I'm
go ahead
just
and like it,
joking, because these steaks come from the
this shit's
cheapest roast
wild.
there is.
I like
And I'm talking
weird
about
shit,
the
you know what I'm
eyebrow.
saying?
Me
So-
and this cut of meat are not friends. I've done so many experiments with it.
Just
And for
run
good
through all their
reason.
little
You see,
media
the problem
joints,
with this
you know
cut
what I'm
right here is
saying?
that it is very tough. However,
them out
it's
the way.
also extremely flavorful. So my goal is always to get it as tender as possible. And I
All right, my bad, my bad. My
These
bad,
are what
my
I
bad,
like to call
my bad.
$1 steak. As you can
I'm
see,
new.
sometimes you get lucky and you get nice marbling between them. I'm just joking, because these steaks come from the cheapest roast there is.
But I'ma
And I'm
let it
talking
rock
about
out
the
real
eye
quick.
round. Me and this
Let
cut of
me,
meat are not friends. I've done so many experiments
go
with it.
grab enough
And for good
air real
reason.
quick.
You see, the problem with this cut right here is that it is very tough. However, it's also extremely flavorful. So my goal
Indeed.
is always to get it as tender as possible. And I have done some crazy experiments with it. Make sure you check that out on the description down below later on.
I'm ready
And
to
once
go
I
get on
removed
the
all of
grill
the silver
now.
skin and
Shit.
cleaned it up, you can see I ended up with some beautiful
making me
steaks.
hungry.
That is perfect for today's experiment because we're going to try to tenderize this with baking soda. Now, if that sounds weird for you, let me explain. Chinese restaurants all over the world have been using this technique for decades. If you ever had beef and broccoli, most likely you had baking soda too. That's because they claim that it makes the steak a lot more tender. Well, today we're going to put that to the test 100%. And my goal by the end of this video is to really find out if baking soda is a true tenderizer for steaks. This is the baking soda tenderizing experiment, so let's do it. And here we have the star of the show, baking soda. To be more specific, sodium bicarbonate. The most interesting thing about this is that people use it for many different reasons. I mean, did you know that if you mix this in water, it is great for plants? Yes, it can be plant food. That is something I was not expecting. And believe it or not, it can also be a great deodorant. Yes, some people use it for that reason. That's crazy. But most of the people I know use it in the refrigerator. It keeps the bad odor out. And trust me, I have quite a few experiments I do. So that one I know it works. With all that being said, now that I have my beautiful steak, it's time to start this experiment. And since I have quite a few of steaks, I started by separating them in steak plates. And most importantly, so I do not confuse which steak is which, I also labeled every single one of them. This way we will make our experiment much easier and you will be able to follow every step. The very first one is going to be the control. This one will have nothing but salt on it. You see, this is something I like to do that it's called dry brine. And even though it has a fancy name, it's very simple. You basically season your steak with salt, put it in the refrigerator overnight so that the salt can penetrate nicely and deeply into the meat. This also tenderizes the steak a little bit, and at least to me, it is the best method to have steaks. Now for the baking soda steak, I did the same exact thing, but instead of using salt, I only used baking soda. I also ensured that the steak was nicely covered, but at the same time without overdoing it. We don't want to put 15 pounds of baking soda on it. And like I always said, I did add it to both sides. As you can see, a nice thin layer is the way to go. Now the only thing left to do is to leave this one in the refrigerator for 4 hours. Now the very next one, we're going to combine both things. And basically this is how it works. I first added the baking soda, then I threw in some salt. You know, if you leave the steak for a while, moisture will come out because of the salt. However, now that moisture is going to mix up with the baking soda. And once that's done, it will penetrate back into the steak. That is basically what osmosis is. Now, is this going to have a much better penetration than the baking soda by itself? Well, we're going to find out real soon. Because now the only thing left to do is to let this rest on my refrigerator for 4 hours. Once the time was up, I took out the control and take a look at this. This red color is a sign that the salt penetrated in the meat, and you can still see the osmosis process underneath. We know this works, and that's why this one is the control. Here's the baking soda by itself. As you can clearly see, there's almost no sign of baking soda anymore. It also gave a nice red color to the steak. But most importantly, when I hold it in my hand, it feels soft. Yes, a little bit more tender, and it seemed like the fibers of the steak is separating. That is a wonderful thing. The only thing I have concern is the taste. I don't know about you, but I've tasted baking soda before and it does not taste that great. But that is to be determined real shortly. As you know, we still have this one left, the baking soda and salt. And as you can see, the salt did its job. However, you can clearly see a little bit of baking soda left. So it seems like it did not penetrate as much as the baking soda by itself. But surprisingly, this one feels even more tender. If I had to give a scale from 1 to 10, control would be 0. The previous one with baking soda only, I would give it a 5. But this one I would give it an 8. It seems like this thing is working. Actually, it's working quite a bit. But now the next thing to do is to make sure I wash it all off. Hopefully this will take out that weird flavor from the baking soda. If you don't wash it off, I already know it's going to be terrible. Because when I tell you baking soda tastes bad, it does. I made sure to rinse every single steak. And of course also pat it dry. As I'm doing this, I am totally aware that I'm also removing a little bit of the salt. And that's all good because the salt did its job. So I went ahead and re-seasoned both experimental steaks. The control one, however, there was no need for salt. To season them, I added in all of them a good amount of black pepper and garlic powder. Because as you already know, that is my favorite seasoning. But now that we got them perfectly seasoned, the only thing left to do is to go ahead and cook them. And for that, I'll be first putting a beautiful sear on them using butter. Once that's done, I'll be cooking them in indirect heat until I reach an internal temperature of 135 degrees Fahrenheit. Once that's done, it's time to taste. So now I say it is enough talking and it is time to cook them. So let's do it.
My bad. I was saying, like, I need that little divider that he got on that grill, bro. Cause you know you can grill on half of it with the flame up, and then once you get the sear and everything that you like, you could just move it over to the other side and let it heat conduct or just smoke or whatever. So I was wondering if the grill is made like that, or do he got like an insert that he put in there, or did the nigga make the shit? You know these white boys, they be making. I don't think he white. I think he kind of like Asian-ish or some shit like that. But look at the bubbles on that mug. Hold on. Let me give it the full screen. Inserts. Yeah, I would guess so too. I would guess, yeah, that's what I was guessing. And the way that shit. Oh, look at that. Oh. Oh.
Before moving forward, I want to thank today's sponsor, Keeps. Since I started the channel, my nephew Angel has rocked 250,000 different types of hairstyles. And if he wants to keep that up and prevent hair loss, this advice is for him and you. Here's the deal. 2 out of 3 guys will experience some form of male pattern baldness by the time they're 35. And the best way to prevent hair loss is to be proactive. So, Angel, you're going to need to do something while you still have that golden neuro mane going on. Keeps treatment typically takes between 4 to 6 months to see results. So it is important to act fast. The sooner you start using Keeps, the more hair you will save. So to find out why Keeps has more than
I definitely need
/Google Foods. Thanks Keeps for sponsoring this video. Head to keeps.com/Google Foods to get 50% of your first order of hair loss treatment. All right, everybody, here we have our beautiful.
No lie, the only reason why I cut my hair bald and shit is because yeah, I'm like I started, my hairline started receding secondly, but I started thinning in the middle, like where the spiral is in the middle of your head and shit. And a few people had mentioned it to me when my hairline and everything was still intact and everything, and I was getting bald fades and everything. And so the barber never said anything. And so it took people like my brothers and them, you know what I'm saying, to say some shit. And so I just woke up, and this is when my father was still alive. He had been shaving bald for years, you know what I'm saying, because somebody had finally told him to cut his shit too. I seen some old pictures of him. So yeah, man, that's why I do the shit. But if there's ever a chance for me to get my shit back, I would definitely do it. Nigga, my grade of hair, boy, I'm telling you, it's nothing for me to get waves. Nothing. Dudes had to put all that extra grease and all that other type shit in there. Dog, just one fingertip of Dax Murray grease, and we all know about Dax Murray grease. Will have my shit, boy, waved out. I'm talking about, yeah, with a little bit of water on that, boy. Nigga, playing with me. So you say he Portuguese? Yeah, I could believe that. Hell yeah. I mean, shit, 500 million. Yeah, you get the hairline back. If I could hit shit, the 100 and some million, because you know, you ain't gonna walk away with the full 500 million, but you know what I'm saying? I mean, shit, I would definitely take $1 million and buy me a shit ton of that damn stem cell shit that the motherfuckers been taking, and they inject themselves with and make themselves younger and their hair grow back and all that other type shit. Man, you crazy as hell. Hell yeah. And if I don't go that far, I will at least start with the what is the HRS, the hair replacement transplant shit. You know what I'm saying? People see how that shit go. But yeah, man. Oh yeah, definitely. I hit that lottery. I'm knocking all my teeth out and getting replacements. Let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and get to the chase. Cause eventually they gotta rot out. They gotta go somewhere. Let's go ahead and remove them now while I'm young, and so I ain't gotta go through all that trauma while I'm older and shit. Dead them on out and screw them other joints in, however the hell they do them, nigga. Let's get it going. I heard that, man. Still got a head full of hair. You haven't used hair grease in over 20 years and a half. Damn, I heard that, bro. I heard that. I heard that. Me, I did some extra shit. I ain't gonna lie. When I was a little bit younger, I already had thin hair, but it was kind of like a little bit. I don't know. It was. I had good hair. It just did weird shit when you know what I'm saying, when it got wet or whatever it is. I just didn't really know how to really take care of it. And one time I can remember in high school, I asked my sister, and I don't know whether she was doing it right or not, or whether she was being smart or not. I do know that I had a lot of family members that did traumatize and hurt me on purpose in life, and then pretended like, oh, I'm sorry, that type shit. But I asked my sister to give me a perm, and we got a small little perm, a little kid perm or whatever it is. But I think she did burn it out a little too much or some shit like that. But the reaction when I went to high school, when I went to school that next day, I'm talking about, bro, my hair was already on my damn back. And then when I did that shit, it just turned my hair into like angel hair. I could remember like after she washed it out and I just touched my head, it felt like I was touching nothing until I just actually had to really move the hair and then actually grab. And then I was like, oh, it is something there, but it just felt like I had just lost everything. But that's because that process had broke my shit all the way down into damn near like angel hair. Man, I walked into class the next day, man, all them females' mouth dropped in that bitch. They were jealous. Cause they shit never looked like that. And my shit was just in a straight ponytail to the back. You know what I'm saying? This was back in them Bone times, you know what I'm saying? Bone Thugs and Harmony. Snoop still was around and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So for anybody out there trying to clown a nigga, you, you, you. Tell a hater I said,
Steaks, Mama. Are you hungry?
Starving. This thing smells amazing.
It does smell fantastic. We obviously have an experiment when you see 3 steaks like this.
That goes without saying.
Well, you're already used to. I don't need to tell
you know what? You know a dude is good at judging food when he ain't got no neck.
that we have an experiment, everybody.
Nagasaki Jew. My dad is Nagasaki Jew, and my mom is Black Irish. Oh, wow. Damn. That's a nice little mix right there. That's a nice mix right there. Yeah, it ain't got no neck. Nigga, he really looked he looked like a thumb with a shirt on. Like a thumb with a shirt on, bro. Fucking crazy. Now my old dude was black. Well, just brown, but you know what I'm saying? His father could pass for white. So my grandfather could pass for white, and then like my grandmother was black. And I think my mother's daddy was Indian, if I'm not mistaken. I just remember my mother telling me that like my grandfather was part of something called the Blackfoot Nation or some shit like that. I think it's a tribe that was here in Georgia. I've researched it one time and seen it, you know what I'm saying? But I kind of sort of believe it because like my uncle, one of his kids, he had a baby with an Indian lady, you know what I'm saying? And so one of my cousins is like literally like if you look at her, like you would know like she is Indian, bro. She's Indian. And I think she's still up there like on the reservation. She like somewhere up like North Carolina, South Carolina, I think something like that. But yeah, man, that shit crazy. Yeah, but this dude, he definitely he's either Portuguese, but the way he talk, he was talking like I got this mastica. He's either Portuguese, Vietnamese, or that nigga is from the same place where Project Pat is from. He is cooking steak on the oven, and you know it's about to chick Picker.
That's what I love to do, everybody. I love to learn new
This is why people kick me off their damn panels, because I can't be serious for shit. I can't be serious for shit.
things. And I'll tell you one thing. Every single experiment
Nah, I
I do,
believe you. He
even
ain't
if it's a
Asian. I be
fail,
talking
I learn
shit.
something new.
Yeah.
You agree, Mama?
I agree.
Okay, so here's the deal. Today, we are testing tenderness.
Hey, the way his hairline is receding, I know he's not Asian, because no Asian's hairline recede like that. It just doesn't. It just doesn't. It's either it's either there or it's not. They lose it in one night, I think.
That's all I care about.
Okay.
And if there's an off flavor, because, well, I'm not going to say anything. Yes?
Of course, there's gonna be an off flavor.
Mau is already sweating bullets, and I like it. Okay, let's go for the very first
Mau
one.
got a lot
Okay.
of grease in his hair.
Ooh. Oh, I even got a hiccup
God.
on that one. Wow.
Wow.
Huh? That one felt like a shoe leather, Mama.
Yes.
I see you even went for a small piece. Huh, Mama? After you.
No, I don't want to be here chewing gum for an hour.
Very first one. Cheers, everybody.
He do look like Emerald.
Even though it was hard when I spoke it,
Pause.
it's not that bad.
No, it's not that bad. It tastes amazing.
But you still chewing?
It feels soft when you chew,
Uh-huh.
but it doesn't break apart. So
Okay.
you have to keep chewing it and chewing it
Yes.
and chewing it.
And then a little bit more after that. The flavor is phenomenal, everybody. I would say that this is a very tasty steak. It's just tough.
When you bite it, it has a nice give.
Yeah,
It's just the fibers are not breaking apart.
I agree. That's what you get when you eat an eye round, Mama. That's an eye round. Huh?
It's softer than the usual iron.
It is a little bit softer than the regular eye round.
Shit, I just went and bought some steak today. I can't think of what cut it was, but I know I just went to Kroger, and to me, steak. You know what I'm saying? I know some will be a little bit tough, some won't, but the thing is, I don't cook my steak all the way well done anymore anyway. I'm more so like a medium well or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I want to see just a little bit, the tiny little accents of red still popping up. You know what I'm saying? Not a whole bunch, but just a little bit to let me know that it's still, yeah. And I had bought some type of seasoned already chicken and shit. I normally season my own shit, but just trying different things, you know what I'm saying? Hell. But yeah, I'm trying to gain some weight, man. Shit. For real, dog. You know what I'm saying? I've been skinny for a nice long time, and I ain't gonna lie, a minute ago I was gaining weight and shit, and then I for some reason like some health type shit, I just had to switch up my diet, had to start more so fasting and shit like that, and just start and pretty much just kept myself in that damn realm of to where I was not overeating anymore. You know what I'm saying? But fuck that. I want to overeat for a nice little minute and see how big can I get. Because ultimately, once I break out of the eating little fad, I bust back down, you know what I'm saying, to the size that I am right now. So it would be nothing. Ain't no need to work out and all that other type shit. I could just go to work like I normally do, get up every morning, probably do 10 to 15 push-ups or some shit like that, maybe 10 to 15 going to bed and get back to my damn skinny self. You know what I'm saying? I think I might just need to start eating more. But yeah, that little pink dog, you know what I'm saying? And then the flavor be there too. If you cook the meat too much, you know what I'm saying, the flavor, you ain't gonna be able to get the flavor. You need juices in order to, you know what I'm saying, to carry the flavor over, man.
Then that's probably because I dry brine it. You know what I mean? Every time you dry brine it, it gives a little extra and makes your steak better, everybody. I'm telling you, if you're not using the dry brine technique, do it. Let's go for the second one, Mama. So you probably can tell that one is our control already. And you're still chewing. Now look at Mama. You're still chewing. So that's our control. If any other ones is more tender than that, I want to know. But most importantly, if there's a weird flavor, yeah?
Okay.
Cheers, everybody.
for real badass. Okay, this the baking soda.
Huh? What do you think, Mama?
Were these three from the same piece of meat?
Same piece of meat, same roast.
That one is weird because this one was soft when you chew, but the fibers didn't break it.
Mm-hmm.
That one is tougher when you chew, but the fibers break easier.
So you would say that it is more tender.
It is more tender.
I agree 100%. It is more tender, but I will say this: it has a different flavor. Can you tell?
Yeah.
I'm
It's
not
the
happy
same
with
as
this flavor.
That's why I asked if it was the same, because it didn't taste like
It didn't
the same
taste.
thing.
Yeah, I'm not happy with this little bit different flavor. How do you like it?
It's not the best.
It's not. I know. I would say this is a much more tender steak, but overall, I prefer to eat that one because the taste is
I
better.
prefer chew a little bit more than that flavor.
You prefer chewing a tastier steak than a softer steak,
Exactly,
Grandma? So that's what happened with this one. And if you ask if it is more tender, absolutely.
It is more tender.
It is more tender. Yes, it is. Okay, this one here. You ready?
All right.
I mean, it feels weird, right? When you
It
stab it,
feels a
with
little
the-
weird.
They're just so not tender, right? It's crazy. Very last one. Cheers, everybody.
Oh.
More tender. But I can't. Do you feel that flavor? Or is it just me?
I feel the flavor.
You feel the flavor, right?
Yeah.
That flavor is weird, everybody. That's a weird flavor, man.
Wow.
I don't enjoy that flavor whatsoever.
No, it takes the beefiness from the steak.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what it is, everybody. If you ask me, does it work? Is
It
it more
works.
tender, Mama?
It is more tender.
Absolutely.
So the baking
It is
soda.
more tender. But
So basically, the baking soda and the salt just strip that shit. The baking soda strips it of its flavor. Whatever you do to it, you might need to damn rinse that shit probably 3 or 4 times after you done damn marinate. I mean, but damn, you done marinated the motherfucker in the meat for 4 hours in the refrigerator, and then you take it out and then wash it off, and then you re-season it and expecting it to taste different. It's still gonna taste like baking soda because it's in the meat now. Baking soda is salty already as itself. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't know what I'm old school, you know what I'm saying? My granny made me brush my teeth with baking soda, you know what I'm saying? I've done that before, you know what I'm saying? That shit's salty, man. It's salty. So the fact that I put salt on there with the baking soda, man, that's just like somebody putting salt in the baking soda with the dough. Oh, Lord.
I am going for the first one because the flavor of the first one is amazing.
I was going to say this one feels like a mix
Means
of
to
these
be
two, because
picking
this
up
one
your house.
is soft, but it doesn't break apart. That one,
Yeah, when the
breaks apart, but
toothpaste
it's not
ran
as
out.
soft. That one is soft and breaks apart, and it has a weird taste.
Mama, give you a fight. Damn, Mama, you're becoming a steak.
I mean,
a steak expert, everybody, because you're right on the money. Here's the deal. This is the baking soda experiment for tenderizing. I added a little bit of baking soda. I know it sounds weird, but hey, don't be alarmed because you know when you go to Chinese restaurant and they make that chopped up beef with broccoli and stuff,
Yeah.
they always put a little bit. So it's not like out of the ordinary.
no.
You know what I mean?
We eat stuff with baking soda all the time.
Yeah, but hey, guys, it puts an off flavor to the steak, man. I'm telling you right now, I do not enjoy that steak. But in regards to, does it work? Does it work?
It works.
It works. It makes the steak more tender. At the same time, I will be going back for the first one.
That first one is the best.
No, first one, oh my God. It's chewy, though. It's like a chewing gum.
Just a little bit more.
Or you're probably losing like 10 more calories just by chewing it with your mouth.
There you go.
Hey, you got to make up some way somehow.
It's
You
a
know what I mean?
Maybe if you're gonna put a sauce on it,
That's probably why
Like
they
a
do it.
All right, man. Hold up. Let me move this shit down. All right, I'm about to bring this other shit up in 1 second. I'm trying to line some shit up real quick. Oh, man. Trying to redo some shit that I did earlier that went horrifically wrong. I mean, I did the video of the juror from Afro Man's little joint. But the crazy thing is, my audio wasn't working, and so it's like everybody heard the media, but y'all couldn't hear anything of what I was saying. And shit, the shit was wild. Okay, yeah. Let me I wanted to see if I could. Yeah, I think that's it right there. Okay. Yeah, give me 1 second. I'm trying to line it up just right. Oh yeah, y'all know we got a all right, badass. Y'all know we got our damn crew member back from that damn fighter jet. They were looking for him, but he escaped. He's back in American custody. Yeah, this shit that I'm about to bring up right now is like right across from my damn job and shit.
Additional charges. The Georgia State Patrol has been requested for this investigation, and we'll keep you updated as we learn more. But a big story here out of Washington County that we're following: this car crashing into a church ahead of Easter Sunday. And again, that is Tenel Baptist Church. Now, let's move forward back to the Atlanta area. We know that Atlanta police are investigating a string of shootings in the area that happened yesterday into the early morning hours today. This first one, this is a scene here at Piedmont Park. Teen girl killed in the shooting. And this again happened last night, according to Atlanta police. They say they responded to the shooting around 9 p.m. at 10th Street Northeast and Taft Avenue. And then investigators confirmed that at least one person died in the shooting. We later learned that it was a teen girl. Homicide detectives we know are leading this investigation. We were able to speak with Lieutenant Christopher Butler with the Atlanta Police Department, and he has more information on the story. Let's take a listen.
On Saturday evening at approximately 9:04 p.m., officers were dispatched to a person shot located inside Piedmont Park. Upon arrival, officers located a 15-year-old female suffering from a gunshot wound to her shoulder. She was transported to Grady and is in stable condition. While they're still on scene, they located an additional female, 16 years of age. She was shot as well. And despite life-saving efforts, she was pronounced deceased on scene. So far, what we've been able to learn is that there was a permitted event on the east side of the park, which ended at 7:45 p.m. And like I stated, this incident occurred at 9:04 p.m. So it appears there was a gathering inside the park. And then during that gathering, a gunfire erupted, which led to an unfortunate deceased female.
The witness told us there were, it looked like a teen takeover with masks. Is that what witnesses have told y'all?
We've heard things about a gathering. As far as the age groups, we're still trying to determine what exactly that was. We're working all angles and gathering all the footage that's inside the park.
Are those the only two confirmed shot at this point?
That's correct. We have two shot. It was a 15-year-old female shot in the shoulder and one 16-year-old female shot, and she was pronounced deceased.
Has anyone been arrested?
No, not yet. We're still working with, still preliminary stages, so our ID is still on scene, and the medical examiner has just arrived.
You guys had a pretty large area taped off, but it sounded like even more area needed to be taken off. How big of a crime scene are we talking?
It's rather large. It does span the pond, so we were able to locate multiple crime scene locations with some ballistic evidence. Our K9 came on scene and was able to locate different areas of concern, and we've been able to collect all that evidence.
Was this possibly tied to other incidents? I know there was running and a stampede possibly up in Summerlin, Piedmont. Has maybe to do with the 404. There was another incident up in Juniper. Were any of these connected to what happened here?
It doesn't appear so. We're still preliminary in that, and I was made aware about something that did happen on Juniper, but it does appear that it looks like those are separate at this point.
The two
last
victims
thing we want to make sure we
Don't know.
One thing that we definitely want to add is there were a large number of people here, so if you saw anything, please make sure you contact us and let us know. You can contact the APD Homicide Office or Crime Stoppers. Any other further updates will be on the website. That'll do it for us tonight. Thank you all.
Thank you.
That shit's
guys,
crazy.
Just listen to Lieutenant Christopher Butler with the Atlanta Police.
That shit is crazy. I don't know what the hell's going on out here. There's some crazy shit, boy. And that shit happened literally like a block away from where I work at. I got a text last night about that shit. Damn security told me something. Ooh, there's multiple people that came here and this is that and the third, and they needed shelter and this, that, and the third. And I'm like, nigga, is it a maintenance issue? Why are you bothering me? That's a you issue. Your security. You gotta worry about that. No, mom's playing. But seriously though, shit, hell, it wasn't a me problem. That was a him problem and shit. I'm like, shit, I don't be down there for 404 a day. And knowing that the YNs is out here doing them what is it, the damn pop-ups and shit that they've been doing. All of that bullshit they've been on. Yeah, man, I ain't no. You know what I'm saying? I've been stopped liking niggas. You know what I'm saying? And I don't mean that just as black people. I mean that is like all niggas, all males. And then it started bleeding off into some of y'all females because y'all acting like dudes out here too. So I gotta include y'all into it too. Like Jesus, it's crazy. It's like a sickening going on out here. Oh, but they say the U.S. rescues downed airmen after Iran shoots down F-15. Let's see here. What is it? What we got? What we got? I'm trying to bring up something that's credible here, if I can, on the issue. Man, I want to see that shit. Damn, pastrami or corned beef? Shit. I would say both. I don't want to choose between either or. All right, let me see what else I got. A lot of times what I be doing, man, I just be surfing the damn YouTube and shit. So I mean, shit. Y'all want to surf the internet with me, man? We can. You know what I'm saying? Who the hell is CT looking at? Hold up, man. Let me bring this shit up. Looking at chaotic truth and shit. Well, the thumbnail to it, whatever it is. It says he's celebrating Easter with his daughters. Wow.
Go put legacy on them stockings.
You're making someone else rich. Well, I guess we looking at. Hold up. Let me mute that shit. This is old boy Jay Prince. He's around on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Highly controversial. I guess this is people crib. I guess they doing the Sunday Easter little joint, whatever it is. Yeah, I don't want to see that shit. But oh shit. Damn, the babysitter gets ate alive by pit bull. Damn. It's not an original video, so I don't want to look at it. I hate having to fast forward through people's commentary and shit, because you never know how much they're going to interrupt the shit, because I interrupt shit. So, hell. Can't be two niggas interrupting shit. Damn, man. Caught on CCTV. Luring Tinder date into his secret dungeon. What?
Security video captures 23-year-old Mackenzie Lewick, who is just arriving at the home of a man she met on Tinder. She has no idea that this home has a secret basement, one that the man next to her tried to make soundproof only days earlier.
Okay.
The man is 31-year-old Ayula Ajayi, an IT professional who's been living a double life. Ayula has anticipated this moment for a long time and is just waiting for Mackenzie to walk into his house, where he'll begin the first phase of his evil plan.
Yeah, I'd like to get, if possible, have a wellness check done on my daughter. I've been trying to get a hold of her all week. I was just wondering if I could have somebody maybe go by her house and check on her.
Mackenzie had just flown back into Salt Lake City, Utah, after spending a week in California for her grandmother's funeral. She sent a text to her mother when she landed saying, "Love you, Mama." Mackenzie is observed getting into a rideshare car, and she eventually leaves the airport. After this moment, her parents heard nothing from her for days and were beginning to worry.
Last time we heard from her, she got off the plane coming back from LA. It was 1 a.m. She was going to grab an Uber and go home, but that's the last I've heard from her.
So 1 a.m. this morning?
No, 1 a.m. Monday morning. So we've been trying to get a hold of her all week. Usually it's unlike her to return a call, but it goes straight to voicemails.
The young 23-year-old college student was missing, with friends and family not able to contact her at all. Police would discover CCTV footage, forensic evidence, and a digital trail that would uncover one of the most sickening crimes this community had ever seen. Mackenzie Lewick, originally from Los Angeles, was studying at the University of Utah, looking to earn a degree in kinesiology, which is the scientific study of human body movement. She was a member of the Alpha Chi Omega sorority and made many friends at the university. On June 17, 2019, Mackenzie was due to arrive back to her house in the early hours of the morning from the airport. But she had never arrived, and her communication had ceased completely. Mackenzie's mother, Diane, was asleep when her daughter had sent the text message to her and only saw it the following morning. When she replied, she noticed that the message this time was green and was not sent as an iMessage, which typically means the phone is offline. A week had passed by, and after several visits to her house and exhausting all attempts to contact her, her father, Greg, again decided to contact police.
And does anyone have a key?
I don't know. The landlord may. I don't know of anybody that would be there besides the roommates that would have a key. You know what? I take that back. She said she dropped one behind the mailbox, but she could never get it out. So there may be one back there. Somebody can fish it out, but I don't know if she ever got it out or not.
Police visited Mackenzie's house to perform a welfare check on her. At this point, there was no evidence to suggest that she hadn't made it back from the airport.
You know where your landlord lives? Does he live on the premises, or how we can get a hold of him to maybe get a key or something like that if we need it?
A key?
Yes, the key to the apartment so that we might be able to go in there just in case she is in there injured or something like that.
They began to think about anyone she may have had contact with, anyone who could provide them information on where she might possibly be.
I don't think University of Utah is going to give us any information. Like, we could probably call up there and see if she's supposed to be in a class. Yeah, she's enrolled. They could go check her classes to see if she's there, but this is her car. And landlord's not answering his phone, so I just left him a message.
Mackenzie was an adult, and they couldn't rule out the fact that she may have just run away or disappeared to get some space. A day after this police visit, they were able to gain access to her house from one of Mackenzie's friends, who had access to the property as she was looking after her cat. Her cat had sat there waiting in the empty house for Mackenzie to come home, waiting for the first pat from her owner after several days apart. A pat that would never come. Inside, they found no signs of foul play, but there was also no signs that Mackenzie had ever arrived home. Her tan suitcase and blue handbag that she had at the airport could not be located anywhere within the house. Mackenzie's car, which was left in Utah while she was away, hadn't been moved and was still in the driveway. Inside, there was nothing to indicate any foul play. The University of Utah was contacted by police, and they confirmed that Mackenzie hadn't attended any classes that week. It was also discovered that she worked part-time at a biological testing company, and her manager told police that Mackenzie hadn't attended any shifts that week. Detectives now began to believe that Mackenzie may have never made it home from...
What up, though, Skywalker? You know me. Had to get my feet wet, man. Just got to get these watch hours up, bro. It's game time now, 2026. Nigga, I'm coming at it. So, yeah. But, yeah, man, I've been reviewing some little bit of joints, you know what I'm saying? But this is probably what I'm about to end with right here. You know what I'm saying? The old boy luring a Tinder date to a secret dungeon, bro. Shit's crazy.
The airport. Authorities decided to visit the airport to see what information they could gather. Mackenzie was listed on the flight list, which confirmed she had in fact landed back in Utah on the flight from California at around 1:35 a.m. Still images as well as CCTV were obtained, showing her leaving the airport and getting into a Lyft rideshare car at 2:40 a.m. While police were tracking down Mackenzie's movements, her father Greg stumbled across something he found to be unusual. His daughter had always given access to her bank accounts to her parents, and when Greg checked her account, a payment of $300 from an unknown source was found, with several other small payments being discovered. Mackenzie often asked her parents for help with rent or tuition fees, as being a full-time student was hard for her to manage financially. But for the past few months, she hadn't asked for any money, which was not typical for her. Greg also found that Mackenzie had opened a private bank account that her parents had no knowledge of and no access to. A new lead in the case came when some of her sisters in the sorority claimed that she had been meeting men on Tinder. There was a man that Mackenzie claimed she had been meeting regularly, but they didn't know his name. Detectives decided to follow up on this lead, making identifying this person their top priority. Looking into her phone records, on the night she landed back in Utah, between 1:50 and 1:58 a.m., she had texted the
apparently
same number 8 times. The contents of the text messages could not be extracted, but this provided another promising lead. Mackenzie Lewick was officially listed as a missing person, with flyers with her picture being posted around the city. The Salt Lake City police had floated the idea that she may have simply run away from everything, that maybe she was overwhelmed. However, close friends didn't agree with this.
Kenzie Lewick's family and friends trying to reach her on social media. They posted this video, hoping she might see it.
Everyone is out looking for you around the country. They all want you to know that we're advocating for you, we're fighting for you, and we're going to bring you home.
Detectives decided to interview an ex-boyfriend who had been dating Mackenzie up until a year before her disappearance. He claimed that their relationship had ended badly, and that Mackenzie had sent him a video on Snapchat a week after they broke up, showing her having sex with 2 other people. In his opinion, this was done to try and make him jealous. So he just ignored it and blocked her instead, and no contact with her since that video had ever been sent. One of the members of the Alpha Chi Omega sorority told detectives that Mackenzie had expressed an interest in becoming a stripper and had a job interview lined up at the Exotic Kitties Gentlemen's Club. Speaking to another one of Mackenzie's friends, he claimed that he had a casual relationship with her and was supposed to meet up with her when she got back from California. He had met her on the site called Seeking Arrangements, where she presented as a sugar baby. This means she met with men who would provide her with money and gifts. And this could be where the mysterious deposits in her bank account came from. She went by the name Beach Baby 96 on the platform, stating that she is a no-drama kind of girl. The site's homepage claims Seeking Arrangements delivers a new way for relationships to form and grow. Sugar babies and sugar daddies or mamas both get what they want when they want it. It showed on the site that she had last logged in only hours before her disappearance. Seeking Arrangements has since rebranded itself to simply Seeking, with the catchphrase, "Date people who make life better." Mackenzie had also used Tinder for the purpose of meeting sugar daddies. And one such person she had spoken to only weeks earlier had come forward.
I have no idea what happened to her, where she is. Nobody does, and it's pretty terrifying.
A hidden world had been uncovered, which showed a side of Mackenzie that almost nobody knew about. One of Mackenzie's closest friends also told detectives that she was bisexual, something that only a select few people had knowledge of. Even with this knowledge, police still hadn't solidified a suspect, but made a commitment to finding Mackenzie.
Over the last couple days, I've spoken with Greg Lewick. I can feel the heartache and the pain and the suffering in his voice as we spoke. And my commitment to Greg was that we would do everything within our power, the Salt Lake City Police Department, to bring Mackenzie home.
Police attempted to track down the Lyft driver who picked up Mackenzie from the airport. But the rideshare company has a strict policy that a search warrant had to be obtained in order to release personal details. This would take time for authorities to obtain. But in the meantime, they were able to access Mackenzie's emails, which showed she was picked up at 2:40 a.m. by the Lyft driver. 19 minutes later, at 2:59 a.m., she was dropped at a location known as Hatch Park. There's very little around this area. It's mostly used during the day by families for sports or dog walking, and it's a very odd place to be dropped off at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Confirmed that this was the location where she was last seen, Hatch Park, here in North Salt Lake. Investigators now revealing she met someone else after getting dropped off.
Detectives have spoken with the Lyft driver and learned that Mackenzie was met at Hatch Park by an individual in a vehicle. Mackenzie did not appear to be in any type of distress.
On the 25th, we learned about a disturbing problem with the cameras at Hatch Park in North Salt Lake, which could have filmed Mackenzie getting in that car the morning of June 17th.
Hatch Park doesn't have any cameras. We have some dummy cameras.
A tip line was opened up in the hopes that the public might be able to provide some useful information. Hundreds of tips came flooding in, with many people reporting to see Mackenzie with different men. This created a large workload, and police were inundated trying to filter out the useful information from the false sightings. Thankfully, the search warrant was finally issued for the Lyft driver on the 22nd of June, 5 days after he had dropped Mackenzie at Hatch Park. He had claimed that he dropped her at the park as agreed, and then Mackenzie had gotten into a friend's vehicle, which was dark in color, and they drove off.
I remember I was actually going to turn off my my app and go home, but right then I got another order to go pick somebody up downtown. So I just went to go pick up that person. They seemed to know each other really well because I think all I heard was, "How are you doing? How are your trip?" Just kind of basic greetings. The situation seemed very safe. She obviously knew the person that she was getting into the car with.
None of Mackenzie's known friends had picked her up that night, so police went with the theory that this person was likely from one of the dating sites. Her bank accounts, including the secret one she had created, were subpoenaed, and it showed that the last transaction in her account was the payment for the rideshare from the airport. Since that, there had been no further transactions, meaning that whatever happened to her likely happened not long after she got into this other dark-colored vehicle. An investigative technique known as a geofence was set up in order to capture phones that had entered and left the area surrounding Hatch Park. One particular device was located which didn't belong to Mackenzie or the Lyft driver. When digital forensic technicians traced the IP address of this device, it came back as belonging to Ayula Ajayi. The phone belonging to Ayula, known as AJ, had pinged around Hatch Park, and CCTV footage around the time showed him heading to the area the Lyft driver had dropped her off at. The white Lyft vehicle can be seen driving away to the right of the screen, and only seconds later, AJ's car can be seen leaving, presumably with Mackenzie in the car. Phone records confirmed that AJ and Mackenzie had been texting each other earlier in the day before she arrived back in Utah. Immediately, the Salt Lake City police applied for a search warrant to search AJ's house. AJ came in for a voluntary interview on June 25th, where he claimed, against his lawyer's advice, he would speak to police in order to clear his name.
You're not under arrest. You're not being detained. You can leave anytime you want to, okay?
It just doesn't make sense. I want to get to the root of it too.
Yeah.
Because when you said my IP is showing, that means something is wrong.
AJ worked in IT. He knew that the police had his IP address for a reason and started the conversation with his alibi.
So I have security camera in front of the house, and then I have one inside the house. So that's my baby mama. She was with me on that day. So according to the video, she was with me.
His baby mama he was talking about was a woman named Michelle, who was 8 months pregnant with his child. When police asked for her information, AJ said he couldn't remember her last name, and he had deleted her number after they got into an argument, so he couldn't provide it. Police knew AJ was on the Seeking Arrangements site, and he had started making excuses for why he used it.
So I have PTSD and anxiety. I just need to talk to someone whenever I'm alone and I'm freaking out.
So this is the Seeking Arrangement website?
Yes. Okay. So, and I go through the whole everything. I can't see anyone that matched that profile and that matched that picture. Okay. But if you see, you can see most of them are in Seattle, Ogden, everywhere around the world.
Okay.
So I never even try to meet them. I just need someone to talk to whenever I'm freaking out. So even some of them are in Washington, D.C. And one in Logan. So all of them, all we just do is to talk. And if I met her from there, I'm positive that I probably don't want to meet her because all this is not revealed to my baby mama, and I don't want her to know about it. So I never meet any of them.
AJ didn't deny using the site, but he did deny that he ever contacted or met Mackenzie through the site. Police now asked him about the messages that were sent between the pair.
So you're still saying that that's the only text, that's the only messages you got from her, right?
That I can remember. So for her to just send me a question mark, so there's a possibility that I've talked to her in the past.
And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying you did this or you were involved in it at all. I'm just saying that someone at your house or someone was using your IP address, that's all.
Yeah.
Just trying to get to the bottom of it.
I would like to do that because I'm freaking out already. I have anxiety and I have PTSD. So That's why I've been calling you, like, please let me help if any way I can help. Even my lawyer don't want me to come here right now.
Detectives began to believe that AJ was hiding something and asked if they could take his phone to do a forensic download of it, something he now seemed hesitant to do.
Earlier you said we could take your phone and download it. Are you still willing to do that or no?
I just need to call my lawyer and see this, okay? Because I want to help as much as I can.
Sure.
But she's saying that some police just want to pin it on someone that they can pin it on me.
Before the interrogation, AJ claimed that he had footage from security cameras installed inside of his house that proved he was home on the night Mackenzie went missing. He also said he would have no problem with police taking his phone, but now seemed to backflip on both, claiming he wasn't happy to hand over either.
AJ, the only reason, you can understand if this was your sister or something, or your mom, we'd be working just as hard to find her for you, okay? This family is in that same boat. We just want to do everything we can, and just because you've chatted with her, you've texted back and forth twice or however many times, and it's bouncing off your IP address, we just want to cross every avenue, make sure that people aren't involved, people who are staying with you, people might be parked outside of your house using your Wi-Fi. We just want to make sure.
AJ left the interview feeling confident, but what police hadn't told him was they already had a warrant to seize his phone. And at the conclusion of the interview, that's exactly what they did. The following morning, they arrived at his house to carry out a search warrant.
I have the search warrant in hand. Can I borrow your phone then to call my lawyer?
He seemed to be very concerned with his phone being taken, but officers would continue with the search, moving through the house.
Hello? Salt Lake Police, can you come out, please?
Inside, they found a man who was renting a room through Airbnb, and he had no idea why the police were suddenly asking him to leave.
Hi, it's the police department. Are you renting this room? Yes. Okay. We are going to be serving a warrant on this house, so we need... Is there anyone else here? Just me. If you want to just grab your wallet. I got it in my wallet. Okay, we'll need you to come out then. Okay.
Police explained the situation to him before conducting a thorough search of the inside of the house. However, no sign of Mackenzie was ever located.
House clear, just the one Airbnb guy in the whole place. You're free to leave. I'm not detaining you, so you can leave whenever you want.
You want to check it Friday? No, I just don't want you guys to use anything when I'm gone because I gave them my phone and they used that against me before. So I just want to make sure that you guys approve everything before I do it.
You're free to leave when you want. Any idea where you want to go?
I don't even know. I don't have my phone on my card, so I have no destination.
Okay. Again, and I don't have a time frame, right? Like, I don't know if
could be 10 minutes, could be a little bit longer.
Yeah, so
I would assume you'd want to be here.
Yeah, so I mean, you don't have. You're sitting right there. I have no problem with you sitting in the shade on the porch if you want to. Like, that looks miserable.
Yeah, if you guys have my phone without my permission, and if you guys, they give it to you guys when you are here, and I can see what you guys are doing with it, that would make more sense. But they took it with them. I don't know what's going on.
And I don't either.
So I just think that's not fair.
AJ left the house but had no idea that undercover agents were following him the entire time. He was observed entering a Smith's grocery store where he purchased a simple mobile pay-as-you-go cell plan. Only an hour later, police found AJ trying to set up his new cell phone, but this time they were there to detain him.
What's going on, man?
Detectives are ready to talk to you about everything that's going on real fast, so if you want to come, I'll give you right back to the house real quick.
For there's Fox News over there.
I know, I'm going to drive you back in my car. It's a Camry, so...
We'll stay away from the news.
Yeah, we're not going to go by the news.
But I don't want my face on the news.
I will do that so it doesn't, okay? So stand up real quick.
Are you arresting me or something?
No. Stand up.
Then why you're going to be detained for a little bit.
You're being detained, but just for a second, okay? I'm going to put you in handcuffs just while we're driving.
For policy, we're just going to go talk to detectives for a little bit.
His newly purchased cell phone was confiscated, and he was taken back to the police station, awaiting further questioning about what police had discovered at his home. At AJ's house, several knives, a box cutter, and a hammer were located in the downstairs bedroom area, with seemingly no reason for them to be there. Underneath one of the beds, a rifle in a hidden container was also discovered. When they checked his car, they noticed dirt all over the tires, like he'd been driving down a muddy or dirt back road. Inside the car, this theory was further enforced when dirt and plant debris was found all over the driver's side floor mat and carpet. The most damning evidence was found in the backyard of the property, where a freshly dug up patch of dirt was located. The neighbors confirmed that AJ had been burning something on the night of July 17th, and they had confronted him about it due to the smell. Teresa, one of the neighbors, confirmed an overwhelming smell of gasoline, mixed with what smelled like a disgusting, sickly smell of burning fat.
The smell of gas was outrageous. And I thought maybe I was in my bedroom and I smelled it through my window and I thought maybe it was my motorhome. And so I came outside to make sure, and there's this smell in the air that was just almost rancid. It was just really disgusting smelling.
Canine units were brought in and immediately sat at the dirt pit, indicating that they had detected human remains. A clearer picture was beginning to emerge, and AJ was questioned for a second time, but this time the questioning was very blunt. AJ claimed that this was all a misunderstanding, and he had no idea how his IP address ended up near Hatch Park.
AJ, I just told you that your phone records and the location put you up at the meet. Do you think, honestly, and expect me to believe that you ended that conversation and somehow you and her location end up in the exact same spot?
Oh, I'm not doubting you. If I see that too, if I'm in your case, I would be asking myself, what are you asking me right now?
It's not a miraculous question.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Okay.
Stuff doesn't just happen.
No.
Yes, I agree with you.
I'm telling you to explain that. And so far, you have not.
Well, how do I explain something I don't know?
Are you saying you don't know or you don't remember? Because those are two different things, AJ.
AJ had no explanation for the evidence presented against him. He put everything down to coincidence and never admitted to anything that would incriminate him, claiming he was at home the whole time and never met Mackenzie. AJ did, however, confess that he had lit a fire in the backyard, which he had to put out after a neighbor complained that he couldn't do that due to pollution restrictions. The fire, in her eyes, was so out of control that she told him to call the fire department, and if he refused to do that, she would. AJ told detectives that he was burning clothes and plastic, which was why it gave off a foul odor. He then went on to say that he also kills goats and lambs in his backyard before burning them, making the claim, "Most of the time, by the time I burn it and get the gut out, I am tired." If any blood was found in the fridge in his garage, he said that it was from the goats and lambs he had killed in his backyard. In this raw patch of dirt in AJ's backyard, it wasn't the remains of a goat they had found. It was in fact human tissue, muscle, and bone that had been charred and buried in an attempt to hide evidence. The remains of clothing were able to be painstakingly pieced back together, which painted a devastating picture of what had actually occurred here.
This is one of the most difficult phone calls I've ever made, as both Greg and his wife, Diana, were devastated and heartbroken by this news.
Initially, AJ was released, but was not allowed back at his house due to the ongoing investigation. He decided instead to stay with a friend, believing police would soon leave his house and he could return home. Authorities were instead intensifying their efforts, as CCTV was discovered of AJ buying a red gasoline canister the morning after Mackenzie had disappeared. This same canister was located in his garage during a search of his property. The trunk in his car had a strong smell of gasoline, and police wondered if the neighbors' complaints had prompted AJ to remove Mackenzie's body and transport it somewhere else he thought he could burn it. Forensic testing was completed on the parts of muscle and tissue found at the rear of Ayoola Ajayi's property. It was confirmed to be a match to Mackenzie Lueck's DNA, which left no doubt as to what had happened. SWAT was engaged to take AJ into custody and sat in position at the front of the friend's property he was staying at. A police negotiator called AJ, trying to coerce him into coming out peacefully.
AJ, you're being a little bit unreasonable, dude. I'm a man, you're a man, or a grown man.
If you want to arrest me, I would come down, and you can arrest me. I would be there. I can see your car. I would come down.
Okay, come on down then.
You're not trying to. Well, you're trying to arrest me.
Will you come down, please?
No, only if you tell me that you want to arrest me. Then
I'm not arresting you. No, I'm not.
No.
I'm not. You just come down.
If you're not trying to arrest me, then I don't want to talk to you.
If I'm not trying to arrest you, then you don't want to talk to me?
Yes.
What if I was trying to arrest you? Do you want to come down and talk to me?
Sure.
Okay, I'm trying to arrest you. Come down and talk to me.
You have your arrest warrant with you?
Yep.
Okay, thanks.
After this, AJ would come downstairs and surrender to the SWAT team without incident. Police were now able to deliver the news that they were pressing charges related to Mackenzie Lueck's disappearance.
We are filing charges of aggravated murder, aggravated kidnapping, and desecration of a body in the homicide of Mackenzie Lueck. The man charged is Ayola Adese Achaya. I will not be saying the killer's name again.
A background check on Ayoola Ajayi showed that he was originally from Nigeria and had moved to the United States holding a green card that allowed him to work in the U.S. He formerly studied at Utah State University, but was barred from the campus in 2012 for several reasons, including problems with his visa and allegations that he had stolen an iPad. AJ studied computer science at the university, but did not graduate. AJ was an information technology worker and was briefly in the Army National Guard from 2014 to 2015, where he was discharged for medical reasons. After his IT career had stumbled, he fancied himself as a model and hit up local modeling agencies trying to get a job.
She's shedding tears as she recalls her disturbing meeting with the monster accused of murdering 23-year-old Mackenzie Lueck. Evie Keener owns a modeling and talent agency in Salt Lake City that represents dozens of beautiful young women. Evie says she met the accused killer here in Salt Lake City, Utah, at a networking event for models and their agents last summer. She says the suspect approached her about signing with her modeling agency, but she says there was something about him that creeped her out.
On the surface, he seemed perfect. He seemed very smart, very good looking.
But after attending several networking parties, 31-year-old Ayoola Ajayi began reaching out to Evie on social media. She instinctively sensed danger.
He wanted to sign on with my agency, and I did not feel comfortable having him in the same room with my young models. So I just listened to my gut, and I didn't have anything further to do with him.
Evie says she is haunted by her close encounter now that police say they have found the charred remains of 23-year-old Mackenzie in the accused killer's backyard.
It's horrifying to think. I'm so sorry
to think about what happened to this poor girl.
Police also discovered that AJ had a wife, a woman by the name of Tanisha Ajayi, who lived in Texas.
I first met him, he was a sweet person. He was a good person. He used to send me money down here for my kids.
They had married back in 2011 when the pair met each other through a mutual friend. But she never lived with him, and the relationship became so bad that she was scared for her life.
I just stopped talking to him because that was like free from my life. The stuff that he was doing, it was changing my life.
He wanted her to come to Utah to live. But when she said no, AJ started making threats that he would kill her.
Because he threatened me, and I have kids to live for. He got aggressive, and he was saying that he was going to kidnap me. I just left him alone.
Tanisha claimed that he had tried to tie her up with a phone cord, and fearing that she was about to die, she dove through a window to escape.
I was trying to get out the window where his friend was, and he closed the window down, and I jumped through the window, and he had a butcher knife, was trying to stab me with the knife. I was trying to grab the knife by his hand because he was trying to stab me in my hand, but I had to try to grab the knife by his hand, and it cut me. I had all these cuts.
After the harrowing experience, Tanisha told AJ she wanted a divorce, but he refused to sign the papers. And because of this, they are still legally married to this day. A contractor also came forward with a story that was so shocking, it was barely believable.
This is the back door leading down to the basement, where a contractor says the suspect asked him to build a soundproof room, complete with a secret door, hooks on the concrete wall, and also a fingerprint lock.
Investigations into Mackenzie's phone showed
Brian Wolf could only sit and watch as police announced the end of the search for Mackenzie Lewick.
Holy crap.
All week on the news, he kept seeing pictures of a house that he was just inside a couple months ago. Now he sees the mugshot of the man he met inside.
I've never, ever had anybody ask me anything like this. 100% that man that they arrested is the man I met. Guaranteed. I'm shaking right now.
And he was paying with all scammer money.
I'm almost about to cry. It's scary. I feel sorry for that girl.
He says murder suspect Ayoola Ajayi,
we just said to put his name down as AJ,
wanted him to build a secret soundproof room in the basement right here with a thumbprint lock and hooks hanging from the walls.
Just said that his girlfriend was coming into town and needed to get it done before she got there because she was a Mormon girl. She didn't know he drank, so he wanted to hide her alcohol from her. And I was like, well, why do you need it to be soundproof? I told a lot of people that I thought something weird was going on over there, and it turns out there obviously was. He was adamant about getting it done really fast, and money was no object, and he needed to get it done before his girlfriend came into town.
He says he still isn't sure what AJ actually wanted the room for.
Well, I could totally do it, but I never would have done it. There's no way.
But whatever it was, he refused to be a part of it.
I just had a gut feeling that the room he wanted built wasn't appropriate for anything. It wasn't something where somebody would want to be in that room alone with him. And even my nephew, when we got out to the truck, we both looked at each other and was like, that was weird, right? And he was like, yeah, that was hella weird. We're not doing this job, right? And I was like, hell no.
Further evidence of a violent past came out. When it was found, he was investigated for a sex offense against a female in 2014. Again, he was investigated in March of 2018, accused of sex assaulting a woman he met on Tinder, only a year before Mackenzie's disappearance. The forensic evidence against AJ continued to pile up after clothes were found with blood on them, with bleach used in an attempt to clean them. A shower curtain in his bathroom showed extensive blood evidence and painted a tragic picture of what may have happened here. The evidence was damning, but they still didn't know where Mackenzie's body was. The phone, which he seemed so unhappy to turn over to police, would provide the critical clue to finding Mackenzie. Forensic downloading of AJ's phone showed that on the 25th of June, 7 days after Mackenzie disappeared, that he had visited Logan Canyon. Almost an hour and a half from Salt Lake City, the remote area could provide the perfect area to dump Mackenzie's body. Police began an extensive search of the area, and it wasn't long before they had discovered a shallow grave, which contained the body of Mackenzie Lewick. It was covered with some leaves and branches in a feeble attempt to disguise the burial site. Her hands were found zip-tied behind her, and her body was partially burned, consistent with the evidence found in AJ's backyard. Severe blunt force trauma to the head was observed, which was likely the cause of death. On July 10th, 23 days after Mackenzie had gone missing, Ayoola Ajayi was charged with aggravated murder, aggravated kidnapping, obstructing justice, and desecration of a human body. The timeline of what had happened now appeared to be complete. AJ had messaged Mackenzie on the Seeking Arrangements website and had agreed to meet her after she arrived back from California. The two messaged each other before she caught a Lyft ride to Hatch Park in the middle of the night. AJ then picked Mackenzie up and took her back to his house. Shortly after she entered, he zip-tied her hands behind her back and attempted to strangle her. When he wasn't able to kill her, he decided to continually hit her over the head with a belt, causing many devastating blows. The autopsy claimed that brain hemorrhaging from these blows is what killed her. AJ then went and purchased a gas canister that he filled with gasoline and returned to his house where he attempted to burn Mackenzie's body. When the neighbors complained of the smell, he instead put her body in his vehicle days later and drove out to Logan Canyon, where he buried her in a shallow grave. After burying her, he threw some of her personal items into the...
Well, my whole thing is, bro, why? Why? They just said that like moments after that, he just went in there and he just zip tied her and then killed her. Soon as he got her back to the crib, bro, soon as you get the chick back to the crib, you done scored. She 9 times out of 10, she's ready to go ahead and do the do. Why didn't you just do the do? I don't know. He had nefarious intents from the get-go. I honestly don't even want to finish the rest of this shit because this shit is slimy as hell.
In prison without the possibility.
Look at how he look. You down bad, bro. You down all the way bad, nigga. It's over for you, dog.
Of parole. The media coverage this case had received brought to light another incident involving
He looked crazy.
AJ. A woman who had met him on Tinder alleged that he had invited her over for dinner, and the pair sat down to watch.
See, this is the problem with y'all females. Y'all be looking for love on Tinder and all that other type shit. Just get away from this damn internet shit. Meet people naturally. What the fuck?
TV after. She claimed that he then sexually assaulted her, leaving emotional scars that will never heal. AJ would be charged with this crime, and an additional 1 to 15 years of prison was added on top of his life sentence. From prison, AJ had instructed a real estate agency to sell the home where Mackenzie lost her life on his behalf.
The man accused of killing University of Utah student Mackenzie Lueck last year is now selling his home.
This house has gone up for sale, and after what happened last summer, they'll always look at this house differently.
Every time I come by, you can't help but remember what happened there.
And even though the neighborhood has quieted down in
I'll
the 8
buy it.
months since this house became a
How
crime
much y'all
scene
want
for
for it?
murder, for neighbors, this home will always be different.
There's a black mark in your
What's the jobs looking like over in the area? I'll buy it. Petty will move.
mind when you look at the house that kind of just reminds you that something horrible happened. I was really surprised that it was for sale because I was under the understanding that they wanted to keep it rented
how much
to
they want
make
for it?
funds to help pay the defense.
The listing online shows Ajay wants
No.
$349,000
No.
for the 1,800 square foot
No.
house. Investment opportunity, the description
I give
says.
50,000.
Cutest house on the block. The listing realtor declined to comment. For neighbors, this home will always be different, but Scott hopes
50,000. That's it. Final offer.
the next owner will help change that.
Some new life, some positive energy and positive activity going on there. That would make, a change.
I did talk with the man who is currently renting the home. He said that he rented it from someone who's
Ain't that
managing the
gonna make a
property
change?
for Ayula Ajay. He did say that.
Ain't nothing gonna make a change. Ain't that gonna make a change? Damn, CT is still letting JP do his thing.
Go back out there.
Oh yeah, he got the whole family over his house, or either he has somebody's house, and it's a whole bunch of people over. I didn't know that many people really gather around for Easter all like that. I don't remember being when I was a kid going. Well, I think it probably was. I think it probably was a few times that shit had happened or something like that. You went to a little Easter function, Easter Sunday dinner and shit at one of the family members' house, the OGs or whatever it is. Yeah. Yeah. Ain't been to them in a while. But either way, all right, man, I'm about to get my ass up out of here. Shit, it's been almost 2 hours and shit. Just surfing the internet, effing around and finding out with you guys. For those that came through, stop by, say what up. Appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely going to be noted down for the future. So, all right, man, we're going to be doing some more lives. I'm going to try to do some more every day. Shit, hell, I might do another one tonight. Who knows? Hell. Yeah, feeling myself right now. You dig? All right, man. I'm about to go down here, take a smoke break, see what's what. If I don't do a live, if I pop up on somebody else live, I'm definitely gonna clip that shit up and put it on my damn page. Cause yeah, sometimes I be going in. Sometimes I be going in, especially lately. Like I said, I'm getting back to my old self, not giving a fuck. Period. You know. So, all right, man. I'll holler at y'all later. Peace. This is grown folk content, not for kids. Like, share, and subscribe. Please like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe. I need to get my watch hours up, all that other type shit. I need to get the 500 subs. Man, help your boy Petty get to the money, man. Help your boy Petty get to the money. Peace.